All right, everyone. Hello, hello. You see the title of this video, you see the thumbnail. Today we are going to be doing a reading on Britney Spears. So I recently seen things coming across my feed. I don't know about you all, about her coming out with this memoir, and she's recently doing a tour, a book press tour for her book. And it's been a couple of juicy things that's been brought up that the media are kind of like running with, as far as just like her and Justin Timberlake's relationship and the kid that they almost had. Also in regards to things of just like why that infamous day that she shaved her head, and why she did it, and what was going on, and where she was in her life. Now that she's actually free to tell her story, I thought it would be interesting to kind of, just before everything's released, just kind of like getting a energy check on her, especially since Britney Spears is a celebrity that she is. I remember growing up hearing her all the time, and was sad when she kind of went away. But let's see if she's kind of like going back out here in her career. She's going to start making music with some tidbits that may come up about this book. Maybe even do some old school tea about her and Justin Timberlake's relationship. So we're going to get into all of that. But before I do want to point your eyes to the bottom of the screen here where it says statements made in this video are alleged for entertainment purposes only. I am a tarot reader. Tarot should not be used as something for professional reasons. I don't care if they're health, financial, if it's something legal. First and foremost, discernment is always needed in these spaces, because you can believe absolutely nothing I say. You can believe one thing I say, but just for the legality of it all, I would prefer if you don't believe anything and you just enjoy this for the entertainment that it is. Because I'm just here, someone learning. I'm going to get things wrong. It's okay. I don't need to kind of go out here on a crusade expecting everything that I say to be right and wanting you to believe everything I say. I'm telling you, I've been saying it from the beginning. Learning, and I'm going to get things wrong, because at the end of the day, humans are some of the hardest things to read. Things change, our emotions change. We could think a different way. It's all up to chance. So it is what it is. Now that I've stated those facts, I hope you have your tea. I hope you've gotten your seat. This is giving you enough time, and you can just kind of come on in and suss out the vibes, and let's get into this reading. Um, so again, I have not done a reading on Britney Spears before, so this will be my first time. So that's why I said I wanted to kind of just do an energy check and see what I get for her. Let's get into Britney Spears energy. Okay, I feel like these two want to kind of come out. Can I get one more card here, Spirit? Yep, there we go. Ooh, High Priestess. That's a good look. I do feel like she's at a place of peace. I think she's finally at a place where she feels free. Of course, all of this should not be um like a big revelation, because obviously we know, we've seen the story, we've all seen it with her, finally being free from her not her censorship, but her when she was basically still at the mercy of her father and her family, even though she was a grown a woman. But we do see here she has the Seven of Wands here. So this is someone who is feeling defensive. She's ready to fight back. She's ready, of course, to tell things from her side of this, from her side. Finally ready to get her truth out there. I'm glad to see this Queen of Cups come out in the upright and not in the reverse, because then this will make me feel like there's some malicious intentions and things like that. But to me, with the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess being here, it just feels like it's an emotional cleanse. It's a renewal, starting something anew. And look at the underlying energy, Judgment. I think she's always felt boxed in, or like boxed in, put into a box, kind of like pushed off to the side. I felt a little upset that she never had control over what she wanted to say or do in her life per se. And so she is happy that she's actually able to step into this and do what she needs to do. But let's see here. We're going to pull out these. I think the Lantern Oracle is the right deck to use for Brittany, because again, if you've been there, you've seen it all. You've been here through the whole thing. You know, we've seen her struggle for independence in the public eye. It's just all been out there. So let's see. Yep, she's ready to be vulnerable, give it her all. She's ready to put it all out there. I think she finds power in her vulnerability for sure. Okay, that was a lot. Nothing really want to come out about the Seven of Wands. Let's see what this Queen of Cups. I feel like this wants to come out. Yep, I'm finally able, after all this time of not being able to speak, of controlling the narrative, of putting out what I wanted, disclosing certain things about myself when and how I wanted to. I'm finally able to do that. I don't have to hold um, any secrets back or anything like that. If I don't want to, you know, I can release them and put out there. I don't have to protect anybody's image. I don't, or protect my this infantilized image that people used to have of me. Like, I could finally like let a lot of that go. And look, we have enough. You were born enough. She said enough is enough. I'm ready to give it my all. So good, we got a good barometer on what her energy is right now. But let's see, let's get into what we can expect out of this book. I think that was a nice barometer, a nice little like, let's see if we tapping in. Okay. Something about the best way I could say is running and hiding. A lot of things she shied away from with this Seven of Swords here, like not having I guess you can say the capability or ability to defend oneself, or do, you know, again, do certain things, which is again all understandable. Is this all flipped over while I was talking? Yes, it looks like. So actually I think it's supposed to go this way, because we have the Seven of Swords in reverse, we have the Nine of Coins in reverse. That makes absolute sense. She was tied up because of that whole I'll keep wanting to say censorship, and that's not what it was. Conservatorship. Yes, that's what it was. I keep wanting to say censor. It's basically a censor. But that makes sense because she did lose a lot of money and everything when it came to her conservatorship. So I think that is something you can definitely see kind of like coming up to this. I think you can see of course this book is going to go into depth about at least from her perspective, allegedly, what was kind of like some of the things that led up to her conservatorship and why that was held up, and what was probably some of the things that allowed her to kind of get out her conservatorship and how she's feeling and doing now. That's what I'm getting. And then we also, here we go again, we still have this Judgment card for the underlying energies. I'm just getting like, I'm finally free to do what I want. Yep. I'm finally free to do what I want. Yeah. I've been feeling oppressed. I wasn't able to kind of do things. I was financially, emotionally, mentally, physically kind of like restrained in doing what I want, and now I'm free to do with as I please. And I will say to all you people out here, I don't care if Britney is- again, like she was on Instagram dancing with them knives. Let her do what she want to do. This baby has been not that she's a baby as in like I'm trying to make her seem young or anything like that, again, just baby as in like, an endearment. She has been somebody who has been restrained from living her life. Let her do what she want to do. I don't If she want to shave her head on live, if she want to take us back to those years, I don't care. Let her do her. Like, she has not had the opportunity to do those things, and now she is finally fulfilling those wishes of being free and doing what she want and emotionally expressing herself, marrying who she want to marry, in divorcing who she want to, fighting with who she want to, singing and dancing, and doing creative projects like she wants to. Allow her to do that. Allow her to do that. Don't hold her back and try to repress her anymore or judge her for what she's doing. Like, I will not have it. I'm not a Britney stan, but um I am all for allowing her to do what she wants, because she has not been able to do that for at least 30 something years of her life, and she's in her 40s. So you basically say 40 something years of her life, because she just recently got out of her conservatorship. Maybe it's probably not even been 3 years. I do feel a little heat coming up here, though. There's some heat that's going to be coming up. That's funny I said that. Cast about. I think, which is understandable. I think she's probably a little afraid of stepping out here and seeing what's next for her. I do think, again, the wisecraft that could speak to her book, but I feel like we can expect to see more music from her, and it's probably going to go in a totally different direction from what we are used to, because it wasn't really her. But I think she's going to go in a different direction when it comes to that. But going back to this cast about, to me it feels like which is understandable, because once, if you've had everything planned out for you, you had your food chewed for you, you couldn't go to the restroom by yourself, like, you every facet of your life has been controlled up until now. I think it only makes sense that she's now in a space of like, she's kind of scared of the unknown. Like, where is this going to take me? Like, what am I going to do now? What is there for me? What's out here? I think she's had ideas in the past of what to do, but I don't know if she feels like now the timing has passed for her to do those things. Transceptive resonance, here we go with that water on water. Just thinking of, where do I go from here? What's some of the communications here? Yep, because I'm so used to so many people kind of like having their hands, or having someone there to lean on or depend on, or I could kind of run and go to. Because look, this even kind of gives me full energy here, this leap of faith. Like, where do I go here? And I'm ready to, I guess I just have to take the leap and see where it takes me, because I've never really had that chance or that opportunity before. So that's pretty interesting that's coming up here. Okay. And let's see what's coming out of this book. Let's see what else we can expect. It's going to be coming out from the book. Okay, there's some kind of drawback. There's some kind of drawback. And then we also have the emptied, which is the ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door here for her. So yeah, she's still feeling some kind of restriction, or maybe there is still going to be some kind of restriction here. I don't know if maybe with her family or something like that, if there's still some kind of hang up going on. I'm just trying to move these out the way so you can kind of see all of the cards. I don't know what kind of hang up she has, whether it's something dealing with family, personal, if it's something dealing with the book, you know. I just feel like there's something here about like I don't think she was able to say everything that she wanted to say, but I think she was able to get a lot of what she wanted to say or needed to say out. Um, I don't know why I get a sense of loneliness too. Like maybe just people don't understand. Like people just don't get it. Who else can I really trust like that? Who I can kind of explain things to, who would just get it, who just know, because it's not many people um that's like in my predicament in the spotlight that gets where I'm coming from. I don't know why Paris Hilton came up, but I'm just gonna put that. I'm just gonna note that in here. I don't know why that came up, but okay. Um, but yeah, this is where we coming at with this book. Some pretty solemn energy. But yeah, let's see if lastly I can get any information in regards to kind of like, can we expect new music from Britney? I gotta drink my tea. Mm, because it's delicious. Will Britney be releasing an upcoming musical project? That's the best way to ask that. Can we expect upcoming musical project from Britney? Yes. Let's see. Can we expect the upcoming musical project Spirit from Britney Spears? Can we expect the upcoming musical project from Britney Spears? I seen one card kind of wanted to come up that has kind of carried through this entire thing, but let's see. Huh. Okay. I think yes. But the thing that's throwing me off is the Eight of Cups because usually, well, maybe not. I'm leaving it all on the table. That's what I was getting. I'm leaving it all on the table. I think there is going to be something she's going to be she's crafting up here. But I don't know if there is some kind of like monetary issues that's going to come up with this. There's some kind of materialistic issues that's going to come up with this. I don't know if is it management? Is there something going on with her management? Does she not have a team or anything like that right now? I think is the holdup that's the problem. Yep, because here we also have the Seven of Cups. And to me, the Seven of Cups always to me just feels like choices, like choose, like what do you want to do, like who are you going with. There's contenders, there's resumes and things like that you're looking at, that you're looking to implement, but you kind of need to know the right parts to meld together in order to make the right thing. So I don't think she has those in. Yep, and then she also has the Four of Cups. And I think there's somebody she probably needs to work with that she's afraid of working with again, because they were probably a part of that whole era of her life when her conservatorship was going on, and she probably felt like they were um, a part of it. I think she has a hard time trusting maybe this new team that she's looking at as well. But yeah, I think she is going to try to do another project. However, I think it's going to be some difficulties because she doesn't have the right team or people in place to kind of like help carry it through. Let's see. Let's see if my inkling is right here. Let's see if my intuition is on the money. Yep, spiral time. Let's do this here. We have spiral time. We have ceaseless beginnings. She's steady going in circles about something. There's a lot of I'm steady look, and those two flipped right back over again. I'm probably not sure exactly how I want to put this out. I kind of need somebody to bounce ideas off of, somebody who can kind of take all the jumbled thoughts and things I have together, all the things I kind of want to purge and put on wax and get out here. And I don't think I found that person. So I would say actually this is more like a maybe. I think if she doesn't get the right team, she don't get the right people in place, you can forget it. She's not going to do an album, um but if she does find the right team that can kind of help point her in the right direction, or kind of like um help form, I hate to use this word, but kind of help manipulate her project to where, you know, caress it a little bit to where it starts forming a mug. Like I'm literally seeing like when you are doing like what is that clay spin and stuff, when you're like making the little pottery and everything. If she has somebody that's just kind of like going into this too fast, too tizzy, just wanting the money, not doing what they need to be, this is going to be a bad project because it's just going to spin clay and stuff all over the classroom. Now, if she gets somebody who's know what they're doing and they really trust in her vision, and they can kind of help morph and mold it into something beautiful, a nice vase, a cup, or something for you to drink out of, a nice bowl, it'll be an amazing project. But she needs somebody to kind of like help lead her through it. I think artistically she has what she wants, but again, she kind of needs somebody to kind of put some spit shine on it. So that's what I'm getting. Um yeah, I mean, other than that, this is pretty much just like an energy check to see where she is. This is my first reading on her. Again, this just feels like some calm, chaotic energy. Like I finally able to kind of go out here and do what I want, but I'm also a little afraid that I can go out here and do what I want. But I also kind of feel like I know what I want to do. So that's what I'm getting. So good luck to Britney and her endeavors. And again, don't y'all come down too hard on the girl. Like, so if you didn't know, this is the next day. You could tell by my nails. This is the next day, and I was going through editing the Britney Spears video, and I realized I forgot to ask the most important question. Is it true that she and Justin Timberlake, had a baby? Not saying that I think Britney is lying, but just kind of like, what's the circumstances around the whole thing? I highly doubt she would be lying about this. So we're just gonna get into the whole circumstances around it, and kind of like what devolve the whole relationship between them in this whole baby fiasco. So I'm just gonna go off and finish it, and I'll just add this in at the end of the video as a little tidbit. So okay, and then we have these three cards, and I'm gonna count them. So let's see here. Make sure this. So we have the Seven of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Queen of Coins, and then the Five of Coins. What's the underlying energy? The Moon and the Five of Wands. I think this led to them fighting a lot. Um, I think this is also something that potentially threatened her career, because the thing that drove my eyes to this Queen of Coins was, usually the Queen of Coins is someone who is motherly, they do love family, they're drawn to it. But in the case of this card, it does have a snake in the background. So to me, it makes me feel like it was a threat to her career, but I think it was also a threat to his. Um, because of this Ten of Wands here of letting things go. The Seven of Cups, again, the options, the choices. What do we do moving forward? So I think that of course there is some truth here in regards to why she kind of like went through with it. This Six of Wands, again, it can speak to false victory. It can speak to things of like hubris, people's egos, and things like that. And eventually it led to the Five of Cups. If you don't know the story about the Five of Cups, it's literally, in this particular deck, the Tarot of the Divine, is literally a story about a woman who is haunted by the omission of her children, the deletion of her children. I don't remember if she was the cause of it or not, but yes. Again, with the moon card being under here, that speaks to just like tremendous sadness. I think this is something that has haunted her for a long time here. And then the Five of Wands, again, is going back to, I felt like it led to them fighting a lot, and it could have been the beginning of the end of her and Justin's relationship. Here, the Queen of Cups, I think a lot of her, oh, and the Five of Coins. I think this led to a lot of her first big awakening in life, because this was such a big relationship. I think this was also another, this was probably like the first block that built her up into being hardy and defensive around people, and seeing the extent people would go to in order to protect themselves and their career. Um and I think she just was like, I'm not doing that again. What else is under here after the Queen of Cups and the Five of Coins? Yep, King of Wands here. So it is rumored that he was cheating, correct? Did he cheat? It was rumored that he cheated, right? Yep. Yeah. The whole story is at the bottom of the deck, really. But let's see if we can get some more clarity on this. I mean, not that we really need it, but I like to really confirm here what's going on. Okay. We're going to take note of these here, but this is what actually came out first. Unseating anxiety. That is definitely understandable. I think she was definitely concerned about how people was going to react, because this was at the height of her and Justin's career. This could also be some anxiety around Justin as well, of like, okay, he was just leaving in sync at the time and was trying to launch his independent career. So that could be some things here. Some other cards that popped out was sovereign equality. So maybe it wasn't equality there in their relationship. Maybe he probably thought she was trying to thwart him. So in turn, he kind of just lashed out, self-creating. Again, that's going back to their artistry. Snuffed out the beginning of the end of their relationship. Again, this is going back to their artistry. Them being stars, misleading minds. Oh, that feels funny. Um, Granted, I'm gonna let my bias be known. I'm not the biggest JT fan, but this here makes me feels like he was poisoning the well against her with the misleading minds. Intuitive navigation, kind of like, how do I move forward from here? What's going on? I'm just kind of going off of not even just emotions, but just kind of like my gut feeling here from now on. Spectral map, just yep. It was a plan in place, and this isn't going to plan. And then we also have empowered discernment. Again, this to me speaks to just like she finally was able to see his true character potentially. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. Okay, well, we're gonna count those three. So we have subconscious reflection. So yes, this to me speaks to that this is definitely something that she's going into in the book, because she's finally able to, again, I've said it throughout this entire reading, she's finally free and able to tell her side of the story without any kind of like muff, or someone kind of like putting a gag order on her or anything like that. She's finally able to like express and tell her side of things without having to hold too much back. Like she doesn't have to really protect a whole lot of people. And negation trench to me just speaks to therapeutic, just therapeutic release. And then what do we also have here? Perfect circle. So again, to me, this kind of brings in this instance, sometimes I think of like with this card, I sometimes think of a vault, like things are finally being opened and being released. I also think about like the world card in the tarot deck of just like an ending of a cycle, a completion of a cycle. It's a lot of things I kind of get with the perfect circle here for the underlying energies, and that again makes sense. And so lastly, let's kind of get into the last piece of this, just kind of like the healing energies around this. So we have false beliefs. Once the untruths that we believe about ourselves are illuminated, so are the ways we can release the false limitations that confine us. Yes, Brittany. Yes, Brittany. You are no longer confined and you're free to do as you please. Well, this actually came up in reverse, but I don't think she no longer hold those false beliefs with this coming up in reverse. Okay, and I knew this was going to kind of flip out. So then we have radical self-love. This is, so again, because this popped out in reverse, um, I think this is her moment again, and I think I've pretty much reiterated this throughout this entire reading. This is her moment to kind of really dive deep and go back and reflect on things and potentially heal from them, because she's never really had the space to truly heal from them. She's kind of been in like survival mode, or just kind of like living kind of like out of misalignment, because she was more so trying to do a fu to everybody who was telling her she couldn't or she shouldn't do something because of her stardom and her being a workhorse. But this card does read, we can only receive love to the extent that we can unconditionally love and live the truth of ourselves. And I think Brittany is learning that for herself. And then lastly, let's see if we got one more final card here. I definitely don't think she's lying about the whole abortion thing. I think it probably was the icing on the cake for her and Justin's termination of that relationship. And I think she still is haunted by it, of course, because if you haven't been keeping up, I know it was recently divulged that she always wanted a big family. Um, and she wanted to have a kid recently, probably not even maybe like 5 years ago. She wanted to try again for a child, but she couldn't because she was in her conservatorship, and her conservator decided, her father and them decided that she was going to be on birth control against her will. So I wonder if now she's reflecting on that, like, I could have just had one, I could have had another baby. I would have been like an awesome mom. Like, where would I be and who would I be now if I was allowed to live my life and have my baby? And so then we have transition. You have all the inner resources you need to cross whatever bridges are on your path. And notice these are like, it's the young girl morphing into an older woman as we go through these cards as well. So I think that's also telling a story of like where she is maturity wise, just kind of like emotionally evolving and mentally evolving and where she is in life. And again, we have that enough card for the underlying energies. You were born enough, and she is trying to find her way back to that. Look at that creative power. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I added that in here because I knew I left that part out. Um, so I'll go back into the outro. So yeah, I won't have to repeat it here. At the end of the day, she's still an evolving human being and everything, especially for somebody who's been repressed for so long in her life. So yep, good luck to her. Can't wait to see what tidbits we get out of this book, and hopefully she does find the right team to help her with her upcoming music project or whatever this is that she's kind of heading into. Maybe it's not going to be an album or a record or anything like that. Maybe she's going to write a musical or something, get into theater, who knows. So yeah, Let me know what you all think about this reading down in the comments section below. If you have a suggestion on a reading you would like me to do, leave it down in the comments as well. Outside of that, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you care. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.